Yo, yo. What's going on, guys? What's up, Mark? What's up, Eric? What's up, Justin? Lewis? Alex Newman? I'm doing well, man. How are you? Eric, thank you for the 5 gifted. What? I got you, dude. What's up, Josh Nelson? Chicken dinner, Brighton was super fun today. Nice. Is it the Millie meltdown going on, or what do they have open over there? What up, Mark? Brandon S. Yo, yo. Welcome to another stream, May 15th. There's been 2 videos out this week, one from Zion and one from Snowbird. If you haven't checked those out, give them a watch. Hit the thumbs up button. What's up, Jay? What? Just Crest 6 open. Terrain parks and rollers to jump off of. That's sick, man. It's good, Alex Newman. Turn the tunes down. Oh, thank you. I didn't realize they were... Yeah, they're just blaring. Hopefully that's better. Citadel, thank you, man. I'm doing well, Alex. How are you, man? I did my first backflip last week. Nice, dude. Where'd you do that at? I love your videos. Thank you, man. I'm glad you like them. You can't hide a piece of work like that away. That should be a centerpiece. I'm doing really good. Nice, man. Glad to hear that. Your videos are awesome. Thank you, man. iFox headphones on, you'd catch it. I know. I was just about to say the music is deafening. My bad. I wasn't paying attention to that. What's up, man? Wanakam Yanuris. I have a YouTube channel. Nice, dude. Airborne Action. What's up, Chin? Mm-hmm. Chicken dinner. I'm headed to Austin, Texas tomorrow for the weekend, and then my plan is to go to Mammoth when I get back next week, because they are closing on the 27th. But what's interesting is their bike park is opening like the 24th or something, like very low down. So in a way, there's potential to do a little bit of both. That's my plan, at least. I just really despise the drive out there. The drive out there sucks, but I think it'll be worth it. Jay, 27 months. Got a few games in last week. I'm nice to get back on the ice. Hell yeah, man. What position are you playing? Looked nice down in Zion. It was nice. Lots of biking down there. 2 great flicks this week, my man. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. I honestly did not... I didn't expect the... what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't expect the response on the Zion video that has been happening. I never would have thought that that video would get, yeah, like 10,000 views in 2 days. It's almost more than some of the recent ski videos. Coda, baby. Yeah, Coda. Why the drive sucks? I don't know, man. I just feel like it's so straight and boring. It's actually a beautiful drive. It's not bad, but it's kind of through like this awkward part of Nevada, I feel like. And some of you just have like absolutely zero service, so it's like you, yeah, I guess you got to download music before, but I guess it's not that bad. It's only like 8.5 hours, but Mammoth definitely worth it with the great vibes and great coverage still. Yeah, Wendover, Nevada. The only good part is that there is like a nice truck stop like right at the halfway point, so I'll typically drive 4 hours, sleep, and then get up and drive the other 4 hours, but I'm just not sure what to expect. I don't know if the camping like off 395 if it's all dry and there's no snow. I think that's the case, but we're gonna play in net next weekend. That's sick, dude. Good luck at Coda this weekend. I'm fun watching you guys race. Mike, thank you, man. It should be interesting. They completely buffed the Acuras. The Acuras are going to be very quick. They took a bunch of weight out of them. They added weight to us, the BMW. So I would expect that the Acuras are going to be very strong, especially on a long track like Coda. So, yeah, not super optimistic, but it is what it is. How often do you go to SoCal? I don't really ever go to SoCal. Southern California. I don't think I really ever go. I've been a few times, but I don't really go down to like San Diego or LA. I do like San Diego, but what up, Juno? I went out to ready for the summer season. It was unreal. Yeah, Revy's one of those places that I think everyone's got to try to visit once in their life. Revelstoke's pretty insane. I'll definitely be back in Canada. With this being kind of my second year going up there, and I spent more time this year than I have before, I almost think British Columbia in the interior of BC is really rapidly becoming one of my new favorite zones, and I think there's so much terrain there, so much gnarly stuff that I'm definitely trying to make a point to spend time in British Columbia every year. Not necessarily like the Whistler zone, but I think that Revelstoke Kicking Horse corridor is just really, really cool. Have you ever gone to North Star? I've never been to North Star, actually. I heard it's not really like the best. I don't know. I heard it's more park orientated. The only stuff I've done in Truckee is like Palisades, Sugar Bowl. What's up, Zach? 7 hours more boring from my direction in Colorado. I was debating also going to A Basin, but if I had to choose between one or the other right now, I think Mammoth. Mammoth just kind of has the whole package that I like. Lucas, what's your go-to skis for the spring splush? Any special wax to deal with the sticky icky? Really, my go-to skis are my Armada ARV 106s, just because that's my most narrow ski. I will say, I feel like I almost wanted to use my 116s when I was at Snowbird, because the slush is so thick that I just feel like the 116 would help me get through it more, just because there's more ski. And I don't really have an issue kind of turning the 116. So in retrospect, I would have liked to use the 116, I think, but I think that's pretty ridiculous to tell people to use a 116 to ski slush. But I would say my go-to is a 106 right now. I think it's a good sort of all around versatile width for stuff like that. Special wax, I have no idea. I'm sure there is. I know there is some summer wax or something, but nothing that I haven't waxed my skis in years. Like those that are ARV 106 I use that I've had for like 2 seasons now. They've never been waxed. Hey Bon, how you feeling, man? How'd the surgery go? Been on the Rustler 10s and having a blast. Sometimes switch for skinnies and bulletproof name, but generally 100 mil plus underfoot. Yeah, I definitely want to go less than 100, but that's just me. I'm trying to think if I want to get a more narrow ski for next year. But I don't know. I definitely want to get the new White Walkers, both in 116 and 121. What's up, Medium of Media? Thanks for stopping by, my friend. What up? Post super brutal surgery, extreme pain. Are you feeling better now, Bon? Bon had a knee. Ron Wilson was the shoulder. Icon or Epic, it totally just depends where you live. I think if you live in Utah, for example, the Icon Pass is just a better move. But let's say you live in Colorado, you could justify the Epic. You know, it really depends. I just at a sort of, in my opinion, I think the Icon just offers more, but it's also more expensive. But yeah, it really just depends on your location. You gotta check out Whitewater, best tree skiing I've ever experienced and best champagne pow ever. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more in the interior of BC. Whitewater, Red, Big White, all those places I think are worthy of checking out. But there's just something really cool about the sort of Kicking Horse Revelstoke connection. I think it's super, like, they're really close to each other for the most part. They're kind of easy to get to one another, and I just think they offer like really sick terrain, and you can stay in Golden or whatever to kind of make it a little easier. But yeah, it's just rugged up there. I think I definitely would like to do another trip again. Blaze 94 is my favorite slush. It's probably the only condition I want to ski at this, but man, does it. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of like different levels to slush, right? I mean, you can get slush that's just like really, really fun to ski, and you can get that really thick, heavy, almost like it's like a Slurpee. Someone commented on the video, and that I think is just really annoying to ski. They kind of feel like knee breakers, like they could catch your knees at any point, I guess. The bottom of the skis, how they holding up? That'd be a nice little video update of the bottom of my skis. I think for the most part, they're pretty good. My JJs they do have some pretty good dings in them. But yeah, I think obviously like the White Walkers and stuff are pretty good just because they're mostly used in POW, but I haven't really checked the 106s. I feel like narrow is better for the slush, less surface area, less stick maybe. Yeah, again, I think it just kind of depends on what you find yourself in. I guess I feel like when I was skiing Mineral Basin, for example, where it was like really thick mashed potato type stuff, I just feel like I was just sinking through it, where like the stickiness wasn't, I don't know. I just feel like I would rather be on top of it, kind of surfing over it rather than like punching down into it. But I also think I get so used to a wide ski that I hadn't used 106s, I think, honestly, since like the beginning of the year. So what's up, Ben? Says I have membership. I think you must have gotten gifted from Eric Gulseth, I would assume. So enjoy it, man. Hang in there, boys. You get through both major shoulder and knee surgeries. Damn, dude. Sub peak hike and was hiking North Pole all weekend. Yeah, I've never done sub peak like all the way up to the top. That looks really gnarly. I've done like the boot packs kind of up to the shoulder of it, but I've never done the whole thing. Rotation 994, 110 straight. Yikes, man. Bon. I hope it starts to feel better, dude. Why do you want to update your wide skis? Is there something about your current Yamadas that need improvement? Not really, no. I think I'm definitely more apt to... Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know the exact specs on the new skis. I definitely want to upgrade the 121s just because those are 2 years old. The 116s I'm a little bit on the fence about because then I'll have 3 pairs of 116s, but it's mostly just for the top sheets, to be quite honest. It's just the look of the skis. Do you know if you can drive from Banff to Kicking Horse in February? It's definitely doable, yeah. It's as long as it's not snowing. I mean, it's a very easy drive. It's a 2-lane, for the most part, it's a 2-lane sort of interstate. I will say it can just be very dark, and obviously the days are short up north that time of year. And, you know, a lot of trucks and loggers are on the road as well. So it's definitely doable. I would personally recommend doing it during the day. It just... Yeah, it's a very dark road, and if it is snowing, it can be kind of gnarly, so absolutely doable. And from Banff to Kicking Horse, I think it's only, I want to say, like, between an hour and a half, I think, so. But there's some people who live in Canmore and Banff, and... like they'll work in Golden, BC, which is where Kicking Horse is. I mean, your drive to Revelstoke's going to be a little bit farther away from Banff because Revelstoke from Kicking Horse, I think, is like an hour and a half. But certainly doable. I love the Alberta mountains for sure. I mean, Banff is an incredible place, probably the most beautiful place I've ever been to. I've skied both Lake Louise and Sunshine before. Lake Louise was a super limited. Sunshine I spent more time at, but I didn't love Sunshine Village. I mean, it was beautiful, no doubt. Probably one of the most picturesque mountains I've been to, but I didn't really love the terrain necessarily. And then Lake Louise, I really need to get back. Yeah, I did a very kind of short day at Lake Louise before, but I'm planning on going up to Lake Louise actually next month in June. So there's gonna have to be a summertime fixture channel given the recent performance of that Zion video. Yeah, she wants to do it again. I think she had fun on the vlog. I gave her the camera and she was having some, yeah, fun. I was trying to teach her some basic things and stuff like that. So yeah, we're trying to figure out where we kind of want to go next. I think she really wants to go up to the Tetons in Jackson Hole, which I'm always super down for, but need to wait probably till more like end of June, July to really maximize that trip with the snowfall. So, and then we both really loved Washington last year, so maybe she'll come on Washington trip, but she definitely adds a little bit more because that way it's not just me. What's up, Eddie? Lucas, you still working in real estate? I do not, man. I stopped working in real estate 2022, I think it was. It's been about 2 years full time on YouTube at this point. Would you ever consider making a backpacking or mountain bike backpacking video? Backpacking would be cool. I don't necessarily know about a mountain bike backpacking. But yeah, I think backpacking would be really rad. I think it's just a matter of picking, you know, I don't know. I guess I want to pick something and kind of, like mountain biking, I think is a good thing for the channel that people can resonate with. I think the hiking sort of cinematic stuff can kind of go either way, but people are like, oh, you should go surfing, you should go, you know, rock climbing, and I'm just like, I feel like I gotta kind of pick something, because that's how the ski stuff kind of went the way it did, right? I mean, people can come to my channel to watch skiing, right? So I don't know, but backpacking would be cool. Big Beehive hike at Lake Louise if you're up for it, only about 10k out and back. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm my only concern is solo hiking in grizzly bear country. Brandon, thank you for the $4.99. We'll give you a Stoke button. The Stoke button returns. Thanks for all the info and all you do, Lucas. You're welcome, man. Glad I can provide some info. 10th super on a live stream, man. That is legit. Thank you. 10th super chat. Washington and Tetons visit this summer. Yeah. Tetons, I didn't go to the Tetons at all last summer, I don't think. And that's like, man, Tetons in the summer are so sick. Washington's also rad. Yeah, I'm excited. I think the van is, I mean, I got to do just like general maintenance, mechanical stuff, right? But I think the van is really hooked up right now, too. So summer in the Adirondacks. Hey, man, if you're going to go to the Adirondacks, summer in the Adirondacks is the time to go. You should bike at Solitude Bike Park. I definitely want to check it out this year. Definitely want to check it out. I would like to do a little bit more bike parks this year, at least in the Utah area, but it is hard to beat Deer Valley, but I'm sure I will definitely check out Solitude. Plenty of water. Oh yeah, she does like the water. She's a California girl though. You should boot pack up one of the resorts after they close. I did that, shit, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. Before I really, before I made YouTube videos, I hiked up Park City Mountain on the Silver Star side. And then I skied down. That's kind of brutal. I don't know, I mean, yeah. Just walking straight up a mountain with your skis on your shoulder to go ski like a groomer on the way down for 2 minutes. It's a tough risk to reward there, in my opinion. Yeah, mountain bike videos were great. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm trying to figure out the whole bike thing, but I know Sony's been getting all the hype, but what made you pick Canon over Sony? Interestingly, I actually started with Sony. I started with an A7S Mark II long time ago. And I got rid of it for, what did I get rid of at the time? I want to say Canon 5D Mark III. I don't know, man. I just never really loved the Sony. I mean, I think it'd be different now because I'm a lot more experienced, but I feel like I can never really, I was so new. I just feel like I could never really get the Sony image right, and the Canon honestly was just easier to use. And honestly, I like the Canon menus. I mean, I have the Canon C70 cinema camera, the R6 Mark II. I mean, I just know Canon very well at this point. I know how their C-Log 2 works, right? Their gamut, their color spaces. So I've dabbled about switching over to Sony, but I have, you know, all my lenses are Canon lenses. So I'm like, man, I'd have to, you know, really change my whole ecosystem. And I just think at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, right? Like, yeah, I think all the cameras are great. It's more or less how you use them and your post-processing and editing, but yeah. What's up, DC? What's up, Jeremy? Would you ever try similar skis such as the Ben Chetlers, or will you stick with Armadas? I mean, look, I'm down to try skis. I mean, I have no allegiance to Armada, right? I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I have no contract with Armada, right, or anything to use their skis, so I can use whatever I want. And I'm down to try stuff. Yeah, I think it'd just be a matter of finding. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, short of going to a demo day or something. I don't know, man. I'm down to try stuff, but if I'm gonna buy my own skis, I'm gonna buy what I want to buy, and that's Armada. So, thoughts on carrying a propane space heater for the van this year as a backup? I think it's a good idea. I also think, I really think I sorted out a lot of the problems with the heater. I mean, straight up, like, it's been 3 years since I even touched that heater, and so I think between the electrical problems that I feel like I got a handle on, I rebuilt the whole heater. Like, I'm optimistic that if something goes wrong, you know, I just feel like I can diagnose it a lot better, but I do think having a backup heater is a good idea. Yeah. And I put, like, I never really made video on this stuff, but like I put brand new self-heating lithium batteries in the van at the start of the year. So like, and I really never got to use them. So I never got to really put them through the test, right? If that makes sense. But I think backups are always a good idea. My bigger thing is the whole four-wheel drive. Like, even going to the powder day at Snowbird, like, last week in May, dude, it was like, man, it was pretty sketchy again. I'm like, dude, I don't know if I want to, like, I just can't drive up Little Cottonwood on those crazy pow days with the van. Like, I really can't. So I'm like, do I get a four-wheel drive vehicle? But I'm like, man, nothing is cheap, right? And it's like, so I'm like, maybe I just take the bus and I just work that into my videos. And then I'm like, man, maybe I should sell the van, buy a four-wheel drive van with the money that I sell the van for, and then just completely start over. But have you seen Canon's new EOS R1? No. Is that like released? Development confirmed. Any new places you want to ski in Oregon? Or, I mean, I really want to ski Mount Baker. And there's a few places in, like, what is it called? Like Hoodoo in Oregon. Washington, I want to do, like, what is it? Stevens Pass. Baker for sure. I feel like there's quite a few in Oregon and Washington that I never really got around. Sounds like the R1 is like a straight up like Olympic sports shooter. I don't think the R1 is going to be much of a vlogging friendly camera. Looks cool. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be sick, but I don't think it's practical. Anyways, cool. I did Tuckman Ravine when I was better shape. It was a rare bluebird day, and I made one run. One run for 10 hours car to car. Exactly. Sounds about right. Not 10 hours, but yeah, it's a lot of work for very little reward, but... Is the GoPro Hero 10 good enough for skiing, mountain biking as your only camera? I mean, I think so. I think the Hero 10 is definitely a very solid camera. I think it more comes down to how to, you know, knowing how to use it and your editing, again, like I said. But Hero 10 is super solid. I mean, there is some significant jumps in the 11 from the 10 for things like mountain biking. Like you have hyperview and some different sort of sensor shape than the Hero 10, but you could definitely make the Hero 10 work. Are there any companies you know that rent vans for 5+ months? I don't know. I'm sure there are, Shane. I don't know off the top of my head, but I would be, yeah, I would think you could find some longer term rentals. I mean, I don't know to what extent, but yeah, I don't know, man. What's up, Bobby D? Zach got his channel going. Credited you for inspiring him. Nice, my friend. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm planning on heading to Mammoth next week, Stickbug. I'm going out of town this week, but when I get back, the tentative plan is to leave Monday or Tuesday. Hey Lucas, tuning in from the Cook Islands, interested in your process for posting YouTube videos. How do you avoid too much image degradation from the export process if an H2 can lose detail? I mean, H.265 is going to give you a higher image quality than 264. My biggest tip for avoiding compression from YouTube is exporting in 4K, even if you aren't shooting in 4K. Now I shoot everything in 4K, so everything is what it is, but there was a long time where all my stuff was shot in 1080, short of some GoPro clips, but like all the main vlog stuff was 1080, and I would just up-res it on the export to 4K. For whatever reason, YouTube seems to use a different compression method on 4K videos, and so it typically doesn't degrade your quality as much when you give them a 4K file to upload, even if your footage in your timeline isn't 4K, if that makes sense. That'd be my biggest tip. And honestly, I mean, I've been using DaVinci Resolve a lot more for editing, but all my ski videos are made in Premiere, and I just use the YouTube 4K preset, like, and just ship it just like that and upload. So I'm not really doing anything fancy with my export settings, right? I mean, but I do think exporting in 4K will avoid some compression issues, but I think if your computer can handle H.265, I would also export an H.265. Have you seen the Insta360 X4? Not really. I mean, I knew it came out, but I haven't really looked too much into it. There's someone sent me an article, actually, now that I think about it, about a week ago, about Insta360, the company. They're like under fire for the way that they... I'm going to see if I can find it so I don't say the wrong thing. Something about how Insta360 did their partnerships with creators and influencers. They were telling them not to say that it was a sponsorship. Some like really shady stuff. I don't know where it is. But I have not really looked at the actual camera. Insta360. X4. Let's see the specs here. I think I could probably say it now because I signed an actual contract, but I did sign an official contract and agreement with GoPro, which is kind of beyond my wildest dreams, to be honest. And so that's pretty cool. So there's obviously some stipulations and obligations with the contract, but to be kind of a part of the GoPro family and be included in different events and releases, I think is something that I had dreamed of 5 years ago. And so that actually just happened about like beginning of this week or end of last week. So yeah, I don't know when I can really, if I can like truly announce something, if there's even anything to announce, but it's really the only company that is actually paying me to use their gear. That's the first, I don't get paid by Zipline. I don't get paid by Armada or any other ski company, right? But GoPro is the only company that is actually, they are paying me to use their cameras, which is pretty damn cool. So for that reason, I mean, I have been, if you guys have been around, right, like I've always been super adamant about GoPros, right, before this has even come up, but it's pretty, now I'm exclusive with GoPro. I can't do anything else, but yeah, I've always been a firm believer in the GoPro capability, and it's just the camera that I've always used and trusted to make my videos, right? So for that reason, I won't be using the Insta360. It's not a, no dig at it. I think it's a great camera. I think whatever gets people, the one thing with like the GoPro Max, for example, is that can be very cumbersome to use for a general just consumer. So I think Insta360 did a good job of creating something that is approachable and easy to use. So what's up, Cameron William at Pass? Hell yeah. What's up, bro? Thanks for facilitating some stoke for us. Have you had collabs with other ski snowboarder influencers? Not really, man. I don't think I've ever really set up like a proper collaboration where I've like reached out to someone or someone reached out to me and we like set up a date and we go out and ski. There's been times on my channel where I've just ran into someone. I'll say there's times, right, where I've ran into Jonathan Buckhouse and we've done a lap together, right? And we put that in the video. I've ran into Dan from Board Progression, who's a snowboarder in Utah, and we did a lap together. We put it in the video. So yeah, that's kind of the extent of my collaborations with other ski snowboarder creators, but I haven't really like set something like super proper. Probably like my biggest ones are the ones with Abe Kislevitz, who I wouldn't really say he's a ski influencer. He's more just kind of an overall GoPro action sport filmmaker. So that's kind of been my biggest sort of collaborations. But come down to the Cook Islands, take you out diving. That'd be cool. I'd actually be super down to do diving. I'm not a huge water guy, but that'd be cool. I sang the 360. Okay. I wonder if I can find it. I should be, because you Instagram DM'd it, and I was trying to go back to my DMs. All right, here, got it. Allegations of improper conduct concerning sponsored content from Insta360. It says allegations include increased toxicity, unfair demands, and perhaps worst of all, claims that Insta360 has asked some creators not to disclose sponsored content, a severe violation of trust and no less a crime. So they were, and again, I don't know who this happened to. I don't know how often it did happen, but they were telling some people to not disclose it was a sponsorship. So when you get a brand deal or a company even just gives you a product and you review it or something, you're legally supposed to say, hey, this this contains a product placement, this is a sponsored video. So that way people who watch it, the reason they do that is so people who watch it essentially can take it with a grain of salt, right? And I think that's the thing with any sponsored video. Hell, even if it's a GoPro sponsored video or a DJI video, like a lot of times when you watch a video review, the company is either paying that person, right? They gave them the camera, they kind of told them what to say. So you always have to take sponsored videos a little bit with a grain of salt, because they're like, the purpose is to promote that product, right? So when a company is telling the creator not to disclose that it's a sponsored video, you know, I don't know. That's no bueno. I'm not saying it takes away from their product, right? But it is just a little bit murky, kind of. What's up, Frankie Bruno? Now we need Armada to sign you. I don't know about that. That'd be cool, but... Chin, thank you for 26 months. Does that mean you can start your videos with a shot on GoPro? I can do that. I think it's a given that they're shot on GoPro, but yeah, pretty cool. And there's 3 new cameras coming this year for GoPro. So I think they're kind of been long overdue, but I think there'll be some exciting stuff from GoPro this year. What bindings do you use? I use Tyrolia Attack. What are they? 16s, 17s, 14s. Tyrolia Attack bindings. They've always suited me really well. I've never used the pivots. I think the pivot is the best binding, for sure. The reason why I don't really use the pivot is because a Look Pivot 17 or 15 is like $400. $430 maybe, and I just think that's really expensive for a binding. Look Pivot. Oh, you can get Look Pivot 18 right now for $280. That's a good ass deal, actually. Holy shit! Original $429. I actually might pick these up right now. Right now, there's Look Pivot 18 Grip Walk on Evo for $280. Original's $430. I don't even know what I'd put them on, but maybe I'll just get them. $115. I don't really like the Rasta color though, but anyways, that's why. I mean, I do think Pivot's the best binding. A lot of freestyle people use them, but I've always never used them just really because of the price. To be honest, I don't even pay $430 for the skis that I have, so it was hard to justify more than that just for the bindings. But dude, that's actually a really good deal. They're on sale in a lot of places, actually. What's crazy is the Look Pivot hasn't changed. And like its whole time it's been around, the pivot I don't think has ever changed. My honest opinion is that I just feel like there's a huge diminishing return on bindings, and I just think a lot of people aren't really going to tell a big performance difference from, let's say, like a Marker Griffin to a Look Pivot, right? Like, I think the people who are using pivots are the best skiers out there, right? Whether they're just insane big mountain skiers in Little Cottonwood or actual like X Games athletes like Henry Carlo and Alex Hall, right? So is the general, person who skis 10 days a year, right? Do they need a Look Pivot? I think you can get by with a other binding, but If budget is no issue and you just want the best gear, then get the Look Pivot. But I'll link it right here. This is where I found it. Oh, it's too many characters. Chin, it's on Evo. I would just go to Evo and go to like Look Pivot. The Look Pivot 18 GW. It's on sale. Only the 18s are. That is a good price for a Look Pivot. I will say that. Go produce a lot of our parts. We get nice discounts. Nice, man. There's chips and everything, I guess, right? Looking to buy my first real skis, and I demoed the Elan Playmaker. Really loved them. I'm wondering what you love so much about the amount of skis to have a full quiver. I really enjoy the whole the freestyle sort of route that the Armada comes from. I mean, Armada doesn't make race skis, right? They don't make bump skis or anything like that. Like they're truly rooted in sort of a freestyle playground type ski. And for me, I love the all wood ski. And I think the different underfoots in the ARV lineup, they kind of all feed off each other. So I think with my ski style, which is not that I really do tricks, but I do like having a sort of fun, I don't even necessarily want to say soft ski, because I wouldn't say all the Armadas are really soft, but a ski that allows me to charge hard around the mountain, but also pop around little stuff, do butters if I want to, ski switch, right? So that's honestly why I've never done, that's really why I haven't switched to like the declivity, or in your case, like maybe something like the Elan Ripstick or something. Like I want a ski that still has that park feel to it, but can also handle big mountain charging and stuff like that. So I think that another brand that's similar is something like K2, right? They make a lot of kind of freestyle orientated skis. But yeah, that's just, ever since I really used Armadas, I think they fit my ski style well, and allows me to just have fun on the mountain. I mean, I don't want to have a ski that, as soon as you get a ski with metal in it, right? I mean, does it carve and really charge hard on the mountain? Yeah, but it kind of takes away some of the poppiness and spring that you get with an all wood ski. So the bigger thing is like, right, I've never really went to a ski with metal in it. So, yeah, that's what I like about them. I definitely recommend people demo them, because I don't necessarily think it's a ski that's going to fit everyone's ski style. But as I've made pretty clear on the channel, like I could honestly give a shit about carving corduroy. Not that I don't like doing it, but I don't want to necessarily get a ski that's just for carving. You know, I don't, it's just not really what I do. And I'd rather have a ski that I can butter right on a knoll if I see it, and I can pop a 180 or something and ski switch, but then still have a ski that I can, you know, ski pow in big mountain, stuff like that. Eric David 1873. And Bon. Thank you guys. So cool on the GoPro. Take Luna for a bat to celebrate. I know I need to I do need to clean her up. But Eric, thank you, man. I feel like I took a nice little creative break, and I'm excited with the I'm excited with the new opportunities that this summer might bring. So we'll see. I mean, it's always a we grew again this winter, and now it's kind of that summer off season where, I mean, if I just even look, I try not to look, but I am negative 25 subscribers in the last 28 days. So I am quite literally, we're going backwards, which is kind of crazy. But it's kind of what happens. And I think it's one of the realities of being a ski YouTuber, right? I mean, it's definitely sick in this season, but there's also a very gnarly little lull where, you quite literally, people unsubscribe, they're like, I don't know if they're bots, I don't know what it is, but it's all good. Let's see. Music stopped. Jace does stay with Strive attacks. Heal piece gets chewed up. Interesting. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, my attacks have worked for me, so I don't feel like I necessarily need to change them. The only person I really... I honestly don't watch a ton of skiing, but the only person who I really try to make a point to watch all his videos is Sammy Carlson, who's the Armada White Walker SSC. I think when you watch that guy ski the lines that he skis, it's pretty much superhuman what he can do. And I think he's one of the skiers where I feel like his skiing tells a story somehow. I don't even understand how he does it, but his skiing is quite literally like an art form, and it's just really cool to watch him ski the stuff he does. I got the Pivot 15s for $285. Yeah, man, that's a good deal. I mean, the Pivot's a great binding, so if that's what you want to get, then get it. I definitely caution people to get what I get just because I have it, right, or I use it. Like I said, just because I use Armadas doesn't mean Armada's like the right ski for you. But yeah, man, it's a good deal. If you can get those bindings for a discount, I think it's worth it. But M3 99's nice. What's up, Greg? Yeah, that's a good point. It's definitely the time to get ski gear on sale. Definitely that time. End of season sale. Up to 50% off winter gear on Evo. $50% off gear on Evo. Atomic bent 110s for $524. Damn, an $8,700 mountain bike for $5,000. They make it sound like a bargain, but you're still spending $5,000. Oh man. Yeah, there's a lot of gear on sale on Evo. Lots of snowboards though. Where are the skis at? QSC 106 and bent 100 for $550. Nice, man. That's a good deal. Not Lucas charging down double blacks with a medalist ski. Yeah, but I feel like I only really do that on POW days. When it's POW, you can use medalist skis. Skiing cred is more fun on a ski with metal. I'll give you that for sure. I think that is where a ski with metal in it is better, right? I mean, you have that rigidity and a little bit more stiffness to help you just kind of plow through that crud. No doubt about it. Have you tried any carbon skis? I have not. I feel like carbon would be an interest would be a cool ski to use. I feel like the way that the energy buildup in a carbon ski works would be similar to that of like an all-wood ski, but might have a little bit more characteristics of a ski with metal in it. What's up, MR2? What's up, Megan Vogler? What's up, AJ? In for a brief moment. Let's go, man. I just tuned in. Are you going to show more van camping this summer? From Susan Moriarty. Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, I think it'll kind of be a natural part of the adventures. So we just put out a Zion video that had some van camping. I feel like there wasn't a ton of van stuff, but their van was definitely a part of the video. So 50% is better than most of my pro deal. Yeah, 50% is good. That's what I'm saying. I was kind of looking through here. Powder skis, what do they got? Rosganol Black Ops 118s. That would be a fun ski. $850 ski for $552. You can get the Armada White Walker 121s for $700. They're usually $1,000. The Armada ARG Mark II, the 133s, for $735. It's definitely some good deals on. I mean, I don't think it's quite 50% on the skis, but these are about 20-30% off. You can get the JJs for $600, $560. Damn, DPS pagodas are $1,700 ski. Why is that ski so expensive? What? And it's on sale for $1,500. That's crazy. Why is that ski so much money? Is it made out of like gold or some shit? Let's look at this. I still don't really understand why it's so expensive. Damn, all DPS are expensive. Why are DPS skis so expensive? I did not capture the Aurora. I didn't really know what was happening. I guess I kind of knew the second night, but I didn't really know the first. Is Zion the best park in Utah? Zion and Bryce are my vote. I think Zion is definitely... yeah, I think Zion has definitely got to be top two. I mean... yeah, Zion and Bryce, for sure. I think Arches is kind of overrated. Canyonlands is dope, but I think to really get into it, you need a capable vehicle, and there's like kind of a whole other portion of the park that it's south of Moab that you don't really go to that much, but I think Capitol Reef is cool, but again, not a whole lot. I think Zion and Bryce are really cool. I think Zion has a little bit better terrain, but the problem with Zion is it's just hard to get around. Like, you have to take the shuttle up. There's always so many people. Bryce, you can drive easier, get to the rim, right, and just hike around. Like, it's more accessible in my opinion, and it's also super beautiful. Sender 110 Freeze, I don't think they make a length that I can comfortably ski. Really, Pranav? The Sender Free is a great ski. Why is it Rosignol? Doesn't Rosignol make those? Yeah, Sender. I can't really find them. They don't make them in your size, Pranav, or what? Pranav is a short king. East Coast or skied Utah. Use your videos to hit the right spots. Appreciate the guidance. Hell yeah, Matt. East Coaster who skied Utah. Oh. 176, 184, and 191s. You don't think you could fit a 176? I usually try to keep below 172. But is that... I mean, the thing with like a bigger mountain ski like that, you could get away with a longer ski and you might actually like it better because it'll give you a little bit more stability and float on the bigger terrain. I mean, it will be a little bit less agile, but in theory, if you're skiing bigger mountain stuff, you know, you kind of trade off the agility and nimbleness of a shorter ski for a longer one, right? And I think, I don't know. I mean, it'd be worth demoing. I would say that. I mean, it'd be worth demoing the 176. You might. I'm kind of always in the camp. If you can ski a longer ski, even if it takes a little bit to get used to, I think it's more beneficial. Especially if you're an experienced skier, which you are, Pranav. I think you could handle it, and you would get more benefit out of it once you got used to it. That's my opinion. But again, is it something you're gonna want to go ski moguls with in tight trees? Maybe not, but yeah, that's my thought with it. And if there's more rocker with the ski, right, then the actual effective edge is even smaller. So I'm if I do get the new White Walker next year, which to be honest I probably will, I'm gonna get it in a 192. I'm actually gonna move up from the 185. So, and I'm like 5'10", 190 pounds. So I don't think it's too big, but it's definitely gonna be the biggest ski that I have. I felt like the 185 was actually a little bit too short. As I've gotten better at skiing, I've kind of wanted a longer ski. So I have the Carbon Mavericks, a lot of fun and super lightweight. Yeah, I've heard great things about the Maverick. It's like the Ben Chetler and the Maverick. Those are like the skis. If you want freestyle stuff, you get the Ben Chetler. If you're a little bit more on-piste orientated, the Maverick is the ski to get. Small size 176. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. I don't know. I mean, I think you could make it work. I think you can make it work. I mean, 2 years ago when I had my 106s, I had them in a 108 or 180, and they were too short, and I got rid of them and I got into a 188, which is the longest one they make. And I don't think that ski is too long, and that even has less rocker to it. So again, take that for what you will, but yeah. I think 172 to 176 will be a very, very small difference. It's not like you're going up to a 185 or something. But yeah, just try to demo it would be obviously the best case, but I don't know how Luke skis on a 190. I don't ski a 190, but my 106s are 188s. But my 116s are 185s. But like I said, I do think I'm going to go up to a 192 on that. I think it'd just be better for being able to ski harder and faster. And I mean, a longer ski is going to give you way more stability when you jump off cliffs and stuff too. Live a little, get the 176, you'll adapt. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you were like Pranav, if you were like a totally new skier, then I think, you know, you could make the case where it might not be the best thing to do, but yeah, that's definitely not your case. And especially skiing in places like Palisades and the Truckee area, like, Yeah, you need a big ski to take on that terrain. That terrain's no joke. Forest enemy's only 1.5 inches longer. Yeah, I know. That's why when we talk, what's crazy is when we talk about underfoot, which is in millimeters, and we're like, oh man, should I get the 106s or the 108s? And it's like, dude, I don't want too wide of a ski. And we're like, man, you're talking about like 3 millimeters. But it obviously makes a difference, or else ski companies wouldn't make skis at different underfoots. But yeah, but he doesn't like to make turns. I've been enjoying making turns as I get older. Looking at picking up powder ski, trying to figure out if I should buy now or wait to see if the price goes down much further. See you, Bon. Hopefully you feel better, man. We'll have to check in next week. Thanks for stopping by. Logan, my opinion would be that, I mean, you could maybe get another flush, but I think, yeah, I think like you said, you're going to run into inventory problems the longer you wait if the price goes down. I mean, if the price is at a spot where, you know, it's affordable and within your budget, I don't think you'd be I don't think you're going to see another 50% drop, right? I mean, a lot of times skis, once they get to that, an $800 ski's selling for $500, it doesn't really get much cheaper than that. So yeah, that's, I think now is a good time to buy skis, but because like come like Labor Day, September, that whole thing will flip, right? And now it's all the new models of skis and they're on full price. So maybe into June and July you might get something, but there's going to come a period, right, where that all flips now, and now it's full price of the next year models. So thanks for the video. Snowbird is your number one. What about your dad, your girlfriend, mom, and sisters? Where do they all put at the top? Actually, Taos wasn't from Brazil. My dad is a big Snowbird guy as well. I think Joe would say Snowbird number one. Joe and I we have I would like to say we have the same list just because we like to ski the same stuff. He also really likes Kicking Horse. And he likes Revelstoke, but I think his number one is going to be Snowbird. My girlfriend, she's not a super experienced skier, so I don't know if she'd even really have a favorite. To be honest, she likes going to Snow Basin, but yeah. My mom, again, she's only really skied Park City. My sisters, one of my sisters doesn't even really like to ski. Another one of my sisters probably likes Snowbird. And my oldest sister, she's probably partial to Jackson Hole. She also really liked Kicking Horse. So, yeah, kind of all that same niche. Jackson, Revelstoke, Kicking Horse, Snowbird. I went from 176 to 183. It took probably 10-15 days to be able to rip it in the trees. Now it feels just as nimble. Yeah. That's my point. Once you get to a point where you can ski that longer ski kind of at the same ability level as the shorter ski, in my opinion, it's only better. Like, you don't get any, because now you're using a bigger ski in the same tight trees. Like, there's really no drawback to it once you get it down. And like I said, once you're an experienced skier, you figure it out pretty damn quickly. I probably won't go up to Canada to ski right now, Oliver. I think between Mammoth and Snowbird, and hell, even something like Arapahoe Basin, I don't think I'm going to make a trip up to Canada for the spring skiing. I'm going to make a trip up to Canada for the summer stuff, but I won't make that. That's a pretty long haul just to do some spring skiing. 180 and 188, yeah, cleans out quickly. Yeah, it's probably the most popular, ski length is in that area. The 24 bent 110's nice, man. I gotta say, that's probably the most popular ski. Maybe not the 110, maybe the 100. What up, Chris? Bet 110s might go quickly. Just picked up a pair of 188s. Yeah, I mean, like, especially with that ski, Logan, like, if it's in a price that you think is digestible, that have your length, whatever, I mean, I wouldn't really hesitate. But again, I don't want to tell you what to do. I don't want you to be kicking yourself in a month if the price drops another 20%, but I think anytime you don't pay full retail price on ski gear is a good little win. And you know, if you take care of the skis, and depending on how much you ski each year, you know, that ski could last you 3, 4, 5 years. So hey Regina, what's up? Chris Naughty, thank you for the $9.99 Summer Stoke. I appreciate you, Chris. Thank you, man. Summer Stoke is right. Although we're still in spring. Last year I made the mistake of saying summer started after Memorial Day, and I was quickly corrected that summer does not start after Memorial Day. But I'm excited. I think there'll be some fun adventures this summer, and I definitely want to use it as a nice recharge for ski season. Like I talked like 2 streams ago. You know, I really got to figure out a way to make skiing more sustainable during the season. So what's Papa Joe's in your favorite mountain? Snowbird, Megan. Snowbird. I like Revelstoke. I mean, I don't know if I'd put Revelstoke over Kicking Horse, but I know Joe really likes Kicking Horse more than Revelstoke. But Kicking Horse, Revelstoke, I mean, those are great freaking mountains. Part of me wants to just spend like a month up in Revelstoke and Kicking Horse next year. The solution to that problem is to not look at ski price after. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You should go all the way to Killington, get some East Spring skiing. I don't know about that, Yo-Ya. That sounds not like a good idea. I would rather drive 8.5 hours to Mammoth, or hell, I'd even drive 40 minutes to Snowbird. Killington from Utah. Let's just see this. 34 hours to get to Killington. That is shit. How many days is that? Even if I drove 10-hour days, that's 3 days. All along 80. I did this drive when I moved out to Colorado. Dude, that drive is absolutely miserable. Through like Iowa, Nebraska. You are driving through nothing but damn cornfields. I think I would lose my mind. Right through Cleveland, Ohio, Buffalo, Rochester, literally right through Syracuse. Wow, that's where I grew up. Yeah, that's a no. That's a hard no for me. I'm only 165 centimeters tall, so even the 176 I haven't seen over my head. Again, in my opinion, I think skis should be over your head, right? I mean, a lot of people say the skis should be like up to your forehead, right? The ski tip, but I think the skis should be a little bit over your head. Again, this is for big mountain skiing, advanced skiers, right? Who are like looking to tackle advanced level terrain at places that warrant it. But I wouldn't really fret about the 11 centimeters over your head. Dude looks like a midget on skis. What? There's no way you're talking about me. Lucas is literally, I think 5'10" and a 185. Isn't that normal? When I get the 192s, those are gonna be like, I don't know. Those are gonna be not that high, but they're gonna be pretty good over my head. Went to the Bird for the first time this season, was insane. Yeah, man. Little Cottonwood Canyon in my opinion, is the best skiing in the US, but of course I'm biased, and you know. I like Park City because of Droop at 99.90. Park City's great. I feel like, you know, Park City, look, it's a tough to follow the Cottonwoods, right? Park City, Deer Valley, it's like they always get, you know, they're in the shadow of these insane resorts just on the other side of the ridge. But, you know, yeah. I mean, look, Park City's never going to be Snowbird. It's never going to be Elta. It gets half the amount of snow as the Cottonwoods. The terrain is not nearly what you're going to get. But the one thing I like about Park City is that you can get there, you can ski, right? And for the most part, the lines are pretty damn manageable once you get off the bottom of the mountain. So I'm 193. My skis are 5 centimeters below the top of my head. I would have to ski 204s. 204s, let's go. Yeah, when you get that tall, man, that's tough. Like, I don't even know how, you know, they only make like 192 centimeter skis. I'm sure they make longer skis, but you guys get what I'm saying. I guess something that I noticed this year, as we were talking about ski length, is my 185s. I felt like a lot of times now that I got a stiffer boot, I was able to put more power into my turns, and I feel like my nose was like falling over the tips of my skis. And I just feel like even being more rear mounted on the ski, right? I'm not like I'm center mounted. I just feel like I have more left to give the ski, but I feel like I'm really far over the tip, so that's why I feel like a longer ski would just be more beneficial. I was on the fence about it last year when I bought the 185s, and I was like, I'll just get the 185s, but I think for a big powder ski, I don't even think I'm going to notice it, to be honest. And I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to get the ski, go out and ski it, and it's just going to be like, okay, sweet. It's the same thing. Again, it comes down to a ton of factors, right? I mean, the skill level's big, right? The how strong you are, that plays a role in it. The type of skiing you do, right? I mean, I did the drive from Boston to Big Side back, and then later Winter Park and back each winter. Damn, that is a drive. Love your videos, man. Thank you, Spinny Dude. Killington sucks. Next year, go to Loon if you go to the east. Killington sucks? Damn, can we get a confirmation on this? I thought Killington was like, isn't that the king of the east or something? When I moved to California from Pennsylvania, get on I-80 and drive. Yeah, exactly. And it's the same thing, man. Just get on I-80 and just drive east or west. There's no challenge at Killington. Wow. No challenge at Killington. Most people have skis below their heads, between the eyes and chin. Between the eyes and chin. Yeah, that's about right. I always kind of knew, like, between eyes and the top of your head. Like, I always tried to get my skis, like, right here. But yeah, I guess you're right. Between your eyes and your chin. That's probably about right. 5'10 is 178 centimeters. First seeing I'm on South, I'm using it as a pow ski with a Nordic Enforcer on mountain, not super duper. I'm getting used to the no edge. Nice, Michael. Yeah, the good part about the 116 is that the spot where there's no edge isn't really a part of the ski where you're gonna, you know, you're not gonna be on the edge on the tips and tails, so but I believe there's metal in the Enforcer. I feel like someone could verify that, but I do think there are some metal stringers in the Enforcer, so I think the bigger difference is that the sort of what the skis are made out of is very different. The Poplar Ash of the Armada ARV 116 will be a very soft, sort of springy type of wood, but that's a good combo you got there, my friend. It's a good combo. Thoughts on Mayflower? I think it'll be cool. More terrain. The slopes on Mayflower are going to be north facing, so I do think it'll hold snow better than a lot of people think. They are doing a sort of a whole, state-of-the-art snowmaking thing, so I think that'll be cool. And I think the coolest thing about Mayflower is that it's going to be brand new everything. When was the last time you guys went to a brand new ski resort? Maybe the newest one I went to is, I think, Kicking Horse, and that's still like 15 years old. So you can imagine Deer Valley Resort, of all places, putting in a brand new mountain. The infrastructure is going to be pretty damn cool. Chris, I don't want to confirm it just yet, but I would definitely air on first weekend of March. Yes, I'm not changing it to like January. I don't think I want to do it in February. I think early March is the time. Length has a lot to do with what level of skier you are. Not obsessed on length. Yeah, totally. If you're a beginner and intermediate, you should get a smaller and more narrow ski. Shorter and more narrow. The 192s I'm getting are the White Walker 116s, actually titled, because they don't make the 121. They only make the 121s in one length. That's my problem with the 121s, because if they made that 121 in like a 192, man, that ski would be an absolute monster. But because it's Sammy Carlson's signature ski, they only make it at 183. There's a ton of rocker in that ski, so that ski is very short for me, but it's such a fun ski. But yeah, the skis I'm going to get the 192 in are the White Walker 116s. And if I were to get another pair of JJs, those would also be 192s. 6-1 was looking at the 180s. Again, it just depends. I mean, I don't know what level skier you are. I don't know how much you weigh. I don't know how strong you are. But I don't know. I'm on the 188s and my 106s, and I think they do pretty well. Do you like Armada's new graphics this year? Are you going to get last year's models graphics? Personally, I didn't like the pink and blue ARV 116s. I think it's hard to beat the design that they made with the elk and the crow. I mean, the intricacy of that design when you see it in person is pretty damn sick. The amount of detail and way that they kind of made this whole mural across the two skis is pretty cool. So I don't like the pink and blue ones more than the previous ones, like the Stoke elk and the Stoke crow. They have the bear with the honey coming out of it. They had the raven. I think those are all really cool. I don't not like the pink and blue ones, but yeah. Interestingly, that's the last. They're not making another JJ, so they'll only have the UL, the ARV 116 JJ UL, but the widest ARV for next year is going to be a 112. So if you got the pink and blue JJ, that's technically like the last 116 that they're making. So my longest ski is a 176 and I'm 5'11". I'm 6'4", got the 188s. 6'4", you are tall, man. The Enforcer's a ton of metal. 2 layers of metal. Okay, that's, yeah. I thought there was some metal stringers or some sheets of metal, so that's going to be a big difference. But I think that's why the Enforcer is such a popular ski as well, because it's, I think for most people, a ski like that suits a wide range of skiing. Solomon Strive. Didn't the Strives replace the Wardens? The Strive replaced... Or was it the Griffins? The Strive is a good binding. Trying to see here. The Warden binding. Griffin. I don't know. Strive's a good binding. I wouldn't worry about the Strive. I'm trying to send once is enough next season. Oh yeah, for once and enough. Once is enough, yeah. The longer season is going to be better for that. Do you haven't seen the JJs? Still go try to dance this year. I gotta be honest, man. I like the White Walkers more than the JJs. Yeah, I like the White Walkers more than the JJs. I should take him back out. But yeah, every time I was in that condition, I was like, man, I want to use the White Walkers. Dakota, 26 months. Sorry, no garage gang tonight. Packing for a camping trip, our squad trip to Guinea Springs. Let's go, man. Have fun, dude. I want to be able to see some photos next stream. Be safe, have fun. Thanks for stopping by. We'll miss you guys. And we'll see you next week. Got the ARV with the blue and pink graphic, and in person, it's honestly my favorite looking ski I've ever seen. Hell yeah. I like how Armada always does a cool sort of top sheet. Hey man, teach their own. Teach their own. If you, I mean, like I said, I don't not like the graphics. I just think the elk and the crow and the raven and all that, I think we're all pretty cool designs, but yeah, if you're 6'8", you have such a limited selection of skis. 6'8" and run a 192. Dude, you're 6'8", dude. That is nuts. I am familiar with Forefront. I've never used their skis, but I will say Forefront, in my opinion, I believe there's something, the person who worked at Armada, I don't know if it was a ski engineer or something, left Armada, and I think they started Forefront, or they worked for Forefront. So the Forefront and Armada skis are very similar. Again, I've never used them, but I think I think they're great skis. But yeah, I've never used them. What was it? The Devastator, I think. Raven. Yeah, the Devastator. Or no, the Insane. That's what it was. The 116. What all you guys really have to do when you're looking at skis, I think one of the most important things is, what is the ski made out of? Is it a softwood like poplar ash or caruba? Is it wood with metal stringers in it? All that's gonna drastically affect how the ski performs and what it's used for. And then you can look at stuff like how it's actually constructed. Is there a lot of camber in the ski? Is there a lot of rocker in the ski, right? Typically, as the ski's wider, there's gonna be more rocker in it. So that's why something like the Ben Chetler and the Armada ARV is almost, in my opinion, is almost an identical ski, because it essentially is the same exact geometry. It's made of the same stuff, got a very similar side cut, which means the width of the tip, underfoot, and tail, right? That's referred to as a side cut. So you can, when you look at skis and you look at the specs, you can kind of see, you get a feel for what they're going to be like just based on what they're made out of. So So this is made out of a maple core, the forefront. So it's still wood. They have carbon fiber stringers in it, so Neotip, a neoprene insert, reduced chatter, sintered base. Most skis all have sintered bases now. That seems like a fun ski though, the Inthane. Inthane. It's a cool name. The Devastator, I think that's what you were asking about specifically. Dude, they make it on 194. That's pretty cool. Devastator. That's sick how they put it at the bottom of the ski. $108 underfoot. Aspen maple core. It's all gonna be the same. Carbon fiber. I guess the only thing is I don't know if an aspen maple core is that softer than poplar ash. Is it a little bit more stiff? I feel like it's a harder wood. These pure hardwood cores don't just guarantee a smooth damp ride. Again. Being tall makes buying skis easy, just get the biggest. RMU butter knife. I heard good things about RMU skis. I feel like you don't see them that often, especially like in ski stores and stuff. RMU butter knife. Damn, that shit straight up looks like a butter knife, doesn't it? That's cool. The Stoke Elks Armada R116 JJ ARVs. Nice. Ben Hoffman, we're golfing PC course. Pull up. I don't think I've ever hit a golf ball in my life, Ben. Have fun, though. Salomon QST, I think, is a great ski. I think it's a pretty solid all-mountain ski. I don't think you could use it and not enjoy it. Is it a ski you want to like bring in the park? No, but for all-mountain groomers, powder, you know, stuff like that, I think it's a really solid ski. Devastator 172 at 172. I'm 120 pounds. Damn. That along with the full rock would be a hell of a ski. I'll see how that goes. Nice, man. That sounds like a fun ski. Always been interested in White Walkers, but don't think I need to go above 116. I don't think they would really fit my ski style. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think 116 is kind of like, you know, you don't really need much more than that for resort skiing. Now, I will say sometimes you get those, you know, huge 16-inch dumps in Little Cottonwood where you could easily bring out a big ski. But still, you could get away with a 116. Do you notice any difference between 116? Yeah, I mean, the 116 and 121, in my opinion, they couldn't be any more dissimilar, meaning they're very different skis. The 116 is honestly a very stiff ski. I mean, I think there might be a misconception that the Armada, the ARVs and stuff are like these really soft skis. They're all wood, so the way they kind of transfer energy is unique, but it's not like the what's that ski called, like the B-Dog, their park ski that you can, like, you know, press with your hand. The 116 White Walker is stiff. It's a lot stiffer ski than the 121, and the whole flex profile is a lot different. I think the 116 is a lot more consistent flex where it's stiff kind of all the way throughout the ski, the tip and the tail and underneath the foot. Not only is the 121 White Walker a lot softer, just straight up flexing it, but the tips and tails are like freaking noodles. Like, they are so easy to just, you know, as soon as you get in the back seat, like, the whole ski wants to just kind of do a wheelie. And as soon as you kind of get on the tips to butter, it's very easy to press them. So it is not And I was kind of surprised. I thought the 116 White Walker and a 121 White Walker would be the same ski, just a little bit fatter, but they're totally different in my opinion of how the not the construction, of how the flex is, even though they're made out of a lot of the same stuff. So what is the difference between the JJs and the 121? I mean, look, the 121 White Walker, I mean, a video and stuff would be the easiest, but you gotta understand the 121 White Walker has virtually no camber in the ski, meaning it's all rocker. So you essentially, when you put weight on the ski, you're not going to be getting it on the edge at all. So a 121 like that, I mean, skiing around the mountain is very difficult. The thing that I always loved about the JJ is that even though there was a lot of rocker in the ski, it still did really well skiing around the mountain, being able to carve it on groomers, where something like the White Walker 121, there's so much rocker in it that it's not going to be a ski that's really fun to like carve around on groomers for a lot of people. So in my opinion, the JJ has always been a great all mountain powder focused ski. The White Walker 116 is not as good at all mountain skiing as a JJ is, and the White Walker 121 is a superb powder ski, but just really shits the bed when it comes to skiing around the mountain. If you look at what that ski was designed for and you watch Sammy Carlson, that's meant for backcountry skiing where all you're doing is surfing pow, you're hitting cliffs, right? So for a lot of people, me included, and I said this in my review of the White Walker 121, I don't feel like I maximize what that ski is meant for. You know, and I think it's kind of like trying to drive a race car or a Porsche like on the street. Like you just don't, you're not getting the maximum out of the ski, out of the car on the road, right? So is this ski sick? Is it a lot of fun? Yeah, but I just think, you know, it's a very specialty ski that, again, when you watch someone like Sammy Carlson, you see why that ski is designed the way it is and what it's actually made for. So like the Brown Center, we should definitely pull up to golf. We teach you. The Moment Deathwish 112 on the center one time, but I probably won't even need to upgrade this upcoming season. Fisher Ranger's a great ski. That's another good one. Fisher Ranger's a super solid ski. Fisher Ranger, we talked the Dynastar. What is the Dynastar one called? Dynastar, is that the M Free? I think that's it. Yeah, Fisher Ranger, Solomon QST. The Sender Free, the Black Ops, those are all great, like all mountain powder focus type of skis. Moment Deathwish 112 and the Sender 110. What's the deal on these Moment skis? Moment, what was it, Deathwish? Is that what you said, Pranav? Moment Deathwish 112s. Yeah, see, Poplar Ash Wood Core. Fiberglass and carbon fiber. Okay. BDS damping. What the hell is that? Interesting. So it has tip and tail rocker, but to me, it's not. I mean, it's full tip and tail, but you can see that the tip has a lot more rocker than the tail. Which again, not a huge deal, but arguably you'd get a little bit better flotation and pow with full tip and tail rocker. This is still full, but if you look at something like the JJ, that has like equal rocker on the tip and tail, right? So Again, not a huge deal. The drawback of that is being able to ski groomers and the chatter and shit. Right, like the one thing with the JJ and all wood POW skis, right, is like when you get on groomers and you start going fast, the skis just freaking basically, they do what's called chattering, and they just kind of waddle back and forth, which is not necessarily super stable. And so a lot of people talk about the chatter on groomers and stuff, and that's what they're referring to. I played center and left wing when I played hockey. Played left wing when I was little, and then when I played in high school, I was a center. I only played up to high school. I played some club hockey at college, but nothing like super legit. But yeah, just high school hockey. Have you considered skiing Palandöken in Turkey? I have not, man. I didn't even know that was a mountain, but everyone in Taos swears by that moment Deathwish. Probably since based out of... Oh, okay, I didn't know they were based out of Reno. I mean, it sounds like a super rad ski again. I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like as we go through these different skis, you notice their similarities, and at the end of the day, they're really all great skis. There's just little quirks about them and different technologies and stuff like that. So I have no doubt this ski would be really fun to ride around on. A 116 width shouldn't be a groomer. Yeah, exactly. And that's why there's some people who make the case there's no such thing as an all mountain ski, because you can't have a ski that does everything. You know, there's always drawbacks and trade-offs. But I 100% agree. A 116 should not be used to be skiing groomers. I mean, it can definitely ski the groomers, but if you want performance on a groomer, don't get a 116, obviously. That should just be, you know. Yeah, I think that's why people are always kind of searching for that one ski quiver, right? It's like, what is that one ski to rule them all? But I understand people are in different situations where a lot of people can only get one ski, right? But I do think that's where having a dedicated POW ski and a dedicated more groomer non-P ski, like you're going to get more out of the ski, but can you find a ski in the sweet spot at 106 underfoot or 102 or 110, whatever that is for you, that can kind of do a little bit of everything? And that's what something like, right, the Deathwish, like 112, right? That's a more of a powder focus type ski, I would say, but 104, that's a good width. I want something super fat, though. What do they make that's... The Chipotle Banana. The Ghost Train. Bro, what? Some of their skis are crazy. What's the Kami? 135 underfoot? Oh my god, I think I need to get it. Holy. 160 at the tip. That is unreal. I think I need to get this. In a 192, that would be a legendary ski. 135 underfoot, 192 length. I don't think you could fall down even if you wanted to. Weight, 10.2 pounds. That's for the pair of them, but holy cow. I think I need that. I thought the Chipotle Banana was wide, but no, we need 135 underfoot. Justin, 34 munches again from work. Love you all, Stokers out there. Last 2 weekends of lift access skiing. I'll see you guys on the volcano. Let's go, Justin. Hopefully you had a good day, man. 34 months is actually insane, dude. That is almost 3 years. Justin, you were really one of the original supporters of what I was doing, man. So I appreciate you. Glad to see that you're still sticking around, dude. Ski to Death Wish 104, grabbing the Countach 110. I don't really know how to pronounce that. Saw your video at Zion, would totally appreciate a video that breaks down things like camera movements and color grading. And those night time lapses for sure. I think the funny part about the video, there really wasn't a lot of camera movement. I was really just trying to do stable shots, but or static shots. But yeah, that'd be cool. I would love to make a video like that. I don't really, well, I've done a few, but I haven't really done like too much camera stuff, editing stuff. 116 on groomers will make you tired. Very true. A little bit extra work there. Most days I'm bringing out 9 underfoot stuff. I think that makes sense, Pranav. That's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. And Utah won at least 106. Yeah, at least. That's a good, yeah. I wouldn't even want to be up in Little Cottonwood with anything less than, to be honest, a 116. But yeah, 106 for sure. I think most skiers would only really need 3 skis max. Park skis, if you ski park, a 100 to 112 ski and a fatter 116, just my opinion though. Yeah, it really just depends where you ski, what you ski, right? I mean, if you're an on-piste groomer skier, you're going to want something more in the lower 90s, even high 80 underfoot, something that just, with a ton of camber, no rocker, right? Something that just absolutely lays down arcs. And for honestly, a lot of people, a 106 or anything over 100 is getting to be really wide ski, right? So to tell people to get a 116 or hell, even a 125, for a lot of people, that's like, damn, that ski, like I will never need to use that, right? So, and if you're in a place where there just doesn't get a lot of snow, like you don't need a ski that fat, right? Like some places they average 200, inches a year, right? And it's like, I think you get a one ski between 100 and 110 that would do a lot of that, but damn, it's already 7:50. Damn, I feel like we talked a lot about skis today, didn't we? Durette Monster, Fat Ski 2012, 177 underfoot. I have a feeling one stream we looked up the ski. We were on the hunt for the widest ski that they make. It's got one review and it's a 1-star review. Perhaps the most unnecessary ski ever built. No shit, dude. This guy's complaining about how slow it was to turn them. Maybe don't get a 177 underfoot if you want to have some quick turns, dude. This thing looks sick, dude. I should get this and take it out for opening day. That would be legendary. I'd really piss everyone off if I did that. It looks like it's like a Swiss ski, though, like European. There's never a case where you need a ski this wide. Never. Yeah, we definitely looked that up. Doing a trip out to Mammoth Palisades, you guys think it's worth it coming from the Ice Coast? To be honest, I don't know, man. I mean, I haven't been out to Mammoth all year or Palisades, but Mammoth spring skiing, hell, even Palisades, they're known for really good spring skiing. I don't think you'd have a bad time. Mammoth is such a fun place to be. So much to do with the hot springs and the town of Mammoth, so I would just be expecting spring skiing, you know? I mean, I wouldn't expect obviously like anything else other than spring skiing, but I think coming from the East Coast would be pretty cool. If you're already planning on going, I'm planning on going next week, so yeah, Pernav's out there. I'll be skiing Mammoth and Palisades. I say just send it. I do wish they were open a little bit later this year, but finding a brake that will fit a 177. I know. Dude, I almost don't even know if you put a brake on that ski. I really don't. I think you just can't lose the ski. You know? I don't think they make. I guess you could fabricate something maybe, but I would just go with brakeless binding. I'd just use like one of those fucking I don't know, like the little straps you get on like a boogie board, you know, and just like tie that around your ankle. Best month for a trip to Jackson? February. February is always you can never go wrong with February. It'd just be cold as shit. It's always freezing cold in Jackson Hole. I don't know what it is, but it is always freezing. But yeah, February. Maybe March on a good snow year. You know, March could be solid, but I wouldn't go before the new year. At least probably end of June to mid-February. Yeah, I agree with that. But again, just depends on snow coverage. You know, if they have a shit year, then it's a shit year. If they have a really strong year, then you kind of make it work whenever. But February is always a solid time to go skiing out west. Powder straps. Yeah, just freaking tie powder straps around your ankles, around your boots. Do you live near the Black Rock Resort? I don't know. I don't know what that is. End of January for 4 weeks. Oh, perfect. You're there right at the right time. Just bring some layers because it's always freezing. Always freezing. But all right, guys. Thank you for another stream. I'm heading out of town this weekend, and then my plan is to head west next week for kind of one last trip of skiing in Mammoth. And then we'll see. I mean, some snowbirds saying they're going to stay open to Memorial Day, conditions permitting. So we'll see if they're open later than that. I wouldn't be surprised if they just shut it down. But yeah, that's the plan. So check out the Snowbird video. Check out the Zion video. And yeah, follow me on Instagram. DM me if you have a question that I didn't get to. But thanks for the conversations tonight. It was fun to talk about skis. And I'll see you guys. Don't know about videos for the rest of the week, but I'll definitely see you guys next week. So thank you all.